Hi guys, so here's the third video that is going to explain my fourth and fifth exercise that I did with the foot video. Today it is all about the balance aspect. In the video you can see I did balancing on two different things. One of them was this fantastic thing called the helm, which is designed to go over a stability ball so you can do push-ups and kind of more things where you get to use the instability of a big ball, but with some stable grips. So fantastic for working your core, working everything, and making them basically function a little bit better. And I just stood on the handles. That was kind of my way of working that for balancing on my feet. The second thing that I did was create a beam to walk on. And I did that by putting just my bar, this is just like a workout bar, and I don't know, this is like 12 pounds. I just put this on dumbbells, and it actually worked really well for me. And I liked it because it rolled back and forth. It didn't necessarily stay quite stable on the bars, so that added kind of a little extra bit of challenge. I would recommend starting out with something perhaps a bit more stable, especially if you've never done balancing before. I am a huge fan of the slackline. If you've been with me at all during the summer, I probably made you get on my slackline or at least try it. And let's just say that I was very lucky that I was alone in Munich at a children's playground when I first found a slackline. The amazing thing about Germany, or Munich especially, is that they had so many adult playgrounds. I call them adult because I would play on them, but they're, designed for kids. But there would be all of these balancing beams where you have to crawl through and walk and swing and hanging, and just such great ways to move your body that most of us in America kind of stop doing after, we have recess. So anyways, I went on the slack line there that it's much wider than the normal ones. It was about, 5 inches wide, give or take, and only about 10 feet long, and just about a foot off the ground. I guess it's like 2 feet. But anyways, I couldn't do it. I stood up on there and it promptly wiggled like crazy and fell over. And but I was intrigued, and having been a yoga instructor for many years by then, being a dancer, being very active, I consider myself to be quite strong. And this was more of honestly an ego check for me, because I figured I could just walk right across this thing, no big deal. So anyways, when I first tried it and got on that, I was there about 4 hours, and by the time I left in 4 hours, I was able to walk back and forth. And that's something that literally changed the way my movement practice was from then on. I immediately ordered a slack line, put it up, and I try to, at least when it's nice out, every day in the summer, not every day because it's not always possible, but I try to get on something that is not stable, and I try to balance on it. The biggest thing that I love about the slackline or this type of thing is the fact that you can't lie. You'll fall off. Your stability muscles of your hip, your core, everything is working when you are trying to balance on an unstable surface. And if you can't, then you will fall over. So that is something that keeps me honest, keeps me true, and I appreciate the feedback that gives. Take like a 2x4 or go to Home Depot and pick up a steel pipe or something. If you did listen to the podcast that Nick did, when he was interviewed, he gave several other recommendations they made a bar, the Foot Collective actually made a bar that they sell, but he recommends just making something of your own. And something that you can balance on, that if it's round, that's really nice because it allows your foot to kind of adapt around it. So not only are you having a balance on something, but you are also getting that added benefit of the what you do with the ball. So having some external some external surface push up into your feet, and so that's going to work those muscles, ligaments, and spreading action just like the ball does. And yeah, so the foot balance, it's a fantastic tool. Find anything that you can. You can even balance on a block. It doesn't have to be an unstable surface. You can take a yoga block, something smushy, or even a pillow if you want. Step up on it. Find your tripod of your feet, and you can balance here. Just one foot balancing on a stable surface is going to immediately, you'll feel your entire leg muscles work. Find your hip fire on, you'll feel your core, and you can see that my foot just naturally goes back and forth between a little bit of pronation and a little bit of supination. When you balance, the key to good balance is to not hold yourself steady. So you don't want to get up on a balance beam and try to freeze. It's all about the give and take. It's all about learning how to correct yourself and how to really begin to hone your proprioceptive skills. And it's actually the ligaments of the body that are our proprioception. And that's what kind of, proprioception is what tells you where your body is in space, and you're getting that feedback from these ligaments. So the ligaments of your feet are telling you, oh, you're shifting so many degrees to the right, you have to counteract, and it tells the rest of the body up the chain what to do in order to keep yourself balanced. So as you go over something or you stand and balance, this type of movement back and forth is good. You know, this is how you balance. I'm not trying to be steady and not move. One side is generally going to be quite different than the other, so, you know, try both. See what happens as you balance. See if one side seems more steady. If you're super steady and it's very easy, then try tick-tocking. Try swinging your leg out to the side. Try crossing it. Try going back behind you. Run into things. You can even start to go down and up. All of this stuff, you'll feel all the muscles around your ankles engage like crazy in order to keep you upright and balanced. So I started with the stationary balancing on the helm, that piece of equipment I explained earlier. And that's a really great place to start because you are just focusing on standing and balancing. And again, you get all the benefits up the chain. Yoga block, pillow, or just standing on the ball of your foot. And from there, I progressed to walking across the bar. So, it's a little bit more of a challenge, but it has great benefits. Try them both. Try just one. You can start with a harder thing if you want, if you like that challenge. They're both challenging, but in their own ways. So hopefully this inspired you to balance on something and see how it goes, see how you feel. Laugh at yourself if you fall over a lot. If you don't do a lot of balancing, expect to fall over quite a bit. It's all a part of the learning process. Again, not only are you waking up and using muscles, you're neurologically reprogramming different parts of your body. And proprioception is a fantastic skill to hone at any age. It's a great thing. So move your body, work on your feet, roll them out, do some calf raises, and see how it feels to balance.